Hello, my friends. Greg Clowminzer here. And in this video, I want to talk about um, it's not what you know that's hurting your business. It's what you don't know. And what I want to talk about here, or kind of tee it up, is the difference between what I call principles and practice. Principles and practice. So many people, whether they're in a private law practice or they have a dental practice or a chiropractic practice or a coaching or consulting practice, whatever it is, that it's not what you know that's hurting your business. Like, you know your art, you know your craft, you know how to technically to do what you're doing. You have the technical knowledge or the education or the background. So it's not the practice or the knowledge or the expertise that people are missing. What's missing are principles. The principles in terms of doing good business, if you will. The principle of kindness, the principle of compassion. I'm just kind of using those, throwing them out real quickly. But there's also a principle called integrity. And integrity is a principle. And so it's principles that professionals are missing that are probably the greatest leverage to growing their business and also keeping them out of trouble, keeping them out of stress, keeping them out of overwhelm. So I want to talk a little bit about this principle of integrity. And it's a principle, it's not a moral guilt trip, it's a principle. And the principle of integrity is the fact that you can't see it. So that's why it's a principle. It's invisible. The only way you can see the effect of integrity is in the workability of something, or in the behavior or in the actions of an individual, okay? But we have to go all the way upstream before actions, before behavior, all the way upstream, and look at what's driving all of that. And what's driving all of that, and where people really get into trouble in business, is they overpromise. They overpromise and then they underdeliver. They don't do what they're saying. So as soon as a person does that, they become out of integrity with themselves. So they've got something that, if human beings realize that they're showing up, they get a clean slate every day. They show up in life. We wake up and the slate is clean. So you could say we start in a state of wholeness or a state of completion every day. And it's the words and the promises and the language and the commitments that we make to the world, make to others, that are what we use to create, okay, in life. But they're also overlooked and under-respected in my mind. And so people are using them very cavalierly, and you could say their words and their promises don't mean much these days. And so as soon as somebody makes a promise or says they're going to do something and they don't do it, now there's a breach within them in terms of their state of wholeness or completion. And now there's a little less of them available to go to the next thing or go to the next task. And by the end of the day, people have so much unresolved or unfinished business, or they've made so many promises, whether implied or explicit, that they're not even aware of. In fact, one of the other principles and points I want to talk about here is mindfulness and self-awareness. See, without mindfulness, without self-awareness, people are just habitually making promises and commitments, throwing themselves in a state of incompletion, and you could say throwing themselves in a state of a lack of integrity. So if you want to strengthen your integrity and you see merit in that, if you want to improve the state of your affairs, your business, your relationship with your partners, your clients, then I want to invite you to focus on being impeccable with your word. And in order to do that, you're going to have to kind of wake up and be more aware and more mindful of your habitual way of making promises or saying things that you have no intention of keeping, and we all do that. I've done that before myself, but we want to start waking up to that and only make promises that we know we can keep or are willing to keep. So, so this whole video is really about, it's not what you know in business that hurts you. It's what you don't know. It's the invisible stuff that is impacting you. And so this video is really to help wake up to that and be more mindful of your words, your thoughts, your actions, and your behaviors. All right, please leave your comments below and let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.